The universe consists of trillions of galaxies. Our Sun is one out of 200 billion stars present in one of the galaxies known as Milky Way. So how did Sun and rest of the planets came into existence? In this video, I will be covering the topic of solar system and its formation. So what is solar system? Solar system is gravitational bound system which consists of sun and various bodies that orbit the sun directly or indirectly. Bodies which orbit the sun directly are 8 planets, dwarf planets and various smaller bodies like asteroids. Bodies which orbit indirectly are moons of different planets. Small inner planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, which are terrestrial planets composed of rocks and metals. Four outer planets are giant planets Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Jupiter and Saturn are gas giants composed of mainly hydrogen and helium. Uranus and Neptune are giants composed of ammonia, water, and methane. These planets have elliptical orbits around the Sun, which are on a flat disk. Smaller objects are asteroid belts, which lie between Jupiter and Saturn, and other objects beyond Neptune, such as Kuiper belt and scattered disk, which are mostly ice. There are some dwarf planets also like Pluto, Ceres, and Eris. Our solar system is located 26,000 light years from the center of our Milky Way galaxy. So, how did this solar system form? Scientists have researched on this topic for hundreds of years, and there is still no definitive answer which can explain everything about how Sun, its planets, asteroid belts, and moon came into being. But the most accepted theory is nebular hypothesis. According to this theory, our region in galaxy consisted of giant cloud of gas and dust called nebula. Nebula are basically giant cloud of gas and dust. Scientists say that this nebula can be dust and gas thrown by explosion of a dying star. Some are regions where new stars begin to form. So, one fragment of this giant nebula began to collapse due to its own gravity. Due to conservation of angular momentum, as the giant fragment condensed, the cloud began to spin faster and shaped itself into a disk form. The core of the disk formed into a giant ball and the rest of it into a flat disk. So, this giant ball with a flat disk was known as protoplanetary disk, which was formed some 4.6 billion years ago. Due to collision of various particles due to condensation and contraction, the temperature of the protoplanetary disk at its core began to rise. And as the temperature increased very high, it triggered nuclear fusion reaction. In fusion reaction, two hydrogen atoms join together to form a helium atom and generate huge amounts of energy. This resulted in massive amount of energy coming out from the sun. This huge energy outflow also countered gravitation and equilibrium was reached inside the sun. Thus, sun was formed. It is also theorized that a supernova explosion took place near our solar system. This supernova explosion resulted in various heavier elements present in our solar system. So when the sun was formed, the disk-shaped gas and dust remaining after the formation of sun was responsible for formation of various planets. The most accepted theory for planetary formation is accretion theory. According to this theory, the grains surrounding our sun began to clump together slowly. They then collided with other clumps to grow larger. They increased size for a few million years slowly. The inner solar system was too hot for molecules like water and methane to remain solid. So compounds with higher melting points like metal, silicon, iron, nickel were formed in these planets. As these heavier elements are rare and planets formed were so small, these include Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Inner solar system was too hot for molecules like water and methane to remain solid. So the compound with higher melting points like metal, silicon, iron, and nickel were present in these planets. As the heavier elements are rare, the planets formed were also small. These include Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Beyond Mars, there was frost line where temperature was cold enough for hydrogen and helium to remain in solid form. So large planets were formed beyond the frost line. As hydrogen and helium are in abundance, these planets grew larger. They attracted hydrogen and helium to form large planets like Jupiter and Saturn. Uranus and Neptune are said to form closer to the Sun than their current orbit suggests. They formed after Jupiter and Saturn, and less materials were available, so they are relatively small. Later, they migrated to their present orbit. Also, young Sun's solar wind cleared all the gas and dust remaining in the protoplanetary disk, blowing them into interstellar space. Thus, no more planets were formed. So the inner planets were in abundance, but due to gravitation, they collided with each other to form larger planets. So initially there were numerous number of planets, but now we have only 4 planets. These collisions is said to have resulted in formation of moon. The planets in outer solar system migrated towards orbits which resulted in asteroids coming into the inner planets and colliding with them. This resulted in the formation of various craters like on the moon. This bombardment period lasted hundreds of millions of years. There are currently 181 known moons in our solar system. Earth has one moon which we see in night sky, but Jupiter has 67 moons. Outer planet moons were formed from planetary disks the same way planets were formed. Moons of solid inner planets are said to be formed by either collision or capture of bodies by planets due to gravitation. Our moon is said to be formed as a result of collision of early Earth with another body known as Theia. I hope this video was helpful and you got to know the basics about our solar system and its formation. To see more of these informational videos, please like, subscribe and comment on this video. Hope everybody is safe and sound. See you next week with a new video.